Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this one, I'm going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 6, Requiem. So we start the episode with Vanessa dying, so there is nothing like she may still be in coma. Alright, I will give you a quick recap of the episode and I will cover the important things that I feel like I should be talking about. Alright, so let's keep going. So, alright, Vanessa has died and the doctor Mehta or whatever his name was. So he basically comes to comfort Kingpin that, oh, you can't kill what can die or something like that, and he tries to give Kingpin a hug, and it's like, come on, dude, like. Why are you not watching the show? Don't you know what happens when like, Kingpin loses it and you're trying to hug him? So yeah, I mean, the easily foreseeable thing happens. Kingpin kills him by giving him a bear hug and just leaves his body there for Buck to clean it up later on. And then we are shown that Kingpin is having a funeral for her, and a lot of people are there. All that stuff is happening. At the same time, the guns that were brought on the Northern Star ship is now being distributed to the AVTF, or I mean, transferred to an AVTF warehouse. Basically, Kingpin has taken control over the guns. So I don't know what he plans on doing with them, but yeah, he has taken control of those guns, and uh, Jessica Jones is onto it. Now we are introduced to Jessica Jones. She has a kid now. I don't clearly remember the third season of Jessica Jones, what happens there. But basically, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage were together for a while at least. I don't know what's still happening. And even in the comics, they are married and stuff. So uh, and she also has a daughter, so probably it's with Luke Cage because they have not set up any other character like that who she might be married to and have a daughter with. So she's probably married to Luke Cage. And then we see a flashbang hitting her house. First of all, my little complaint. Now, listen, I'm no military guy or anything, but come on, he threw a guy threw in a flashbang for like 15 seconds. It's just going beep 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 beep. Aren't flashbangs supposed to just go off like as soon as it hits the ground or something? Yeah, but basically the flashbang took too long to blow up. The kid was like literally going everywhere with the flashbang like it's some sort of toy. I mean, yeah, it would have been better if it created some sort of urgency, like Jessica had to beat those guys down and jump back in like within seconds to stop it. But anyways, yeah, basically they seem too normalized with it, like it has happened before. So she calls Matt to meet her. Then we see that Karen is not happy with Bullseye being there. She believes that Matt should have killed him or at least let him die. In the where the Kingpin versus the other guy's match was being held, or just let him die wherever. She does not care about Bullseye, and we get the famous "Hello, Karen" again. And this time, Karen also replies with "Hello, Benjamin," and she's holding a gun towards Poindexter's head, and Matt comes in and just throws in his baton or whatever it's billy club, and throws it at her hand, and the gun drops down. And she's basically pissed that why is he saving Bullseye who killed Foggy. So Matt says that vengeance isn't justice. Shots fired. You know, in the Batman, it's said that I'm vengeance. Batman says that, and uh, there is a lot of comparison of Daredevil and Batman because they both are human and they fight crime at night. So yeah, but anyways, I just thought that it was somewhat of a I don't know connection. Anyways, so yeah, we see Bullseye just hanging by a thread. He basically survives. It's a miracle. The Soledad nurse says that yeah, I have patched him up, but for him to wake up, it would need a huge miracle. I mean, obviously, Daredevil went through all that shit just to bring him there and let him die. Obviously, he would wake up at some point. So yeah, he wakes up. Then Karen and Matt has some discussions about on morality, like should we kill people? Who are we to judge? And again, how she stopped Matt from killing in season three. They point at it again. Like you were the one who told me not to kill, so I won't be back. I won't be able to come back to being myself and all that stuff. Now you are, now you want me to kill him. We should not, we don't have that authority. So again, he's back on his good guy path, not killing anyone. Although season three was quite cool, I won't lie. I like the, him having to face the idea that he might have to kill Fisk. That might be the only way because Fisk won't stop. He's just as stubborn as Daredevil. They might change for few years, few months, but they always go back to being the same person they were. Although it is somewhat about change as well, but let's not get into that. Especially Kingpin, he has never changed. He has been the same, gangster since forever. So, all right, that happens. Then we see at the funeral, Buck is trying to, get a assistant governor, deputy governor, whatever, the second guy to the governor to get into his own side. So basically, he gives the example of Queen Elizabeth that, well, the king only gets to be next in line when the queen dies or big man, something like, yeah. Basically, they make a little fun of Queen Elizabeth. Spotted dick joke is in there as well, as far as I remember. So yeah, that happens, and we see that the governor is now discussing about actually going against Fisk, or at least promoting Sheila to a better spot because she does not trust Fisk. So this might come in handy in the finale as well. It happens all the time. All of a sudden, everything comes crumbling down for Fisk. Like even in the first season, Matt beats him, then the FBI gets him. Like everything starts falling down at once. So I think that's what's gonna happen this season as well. Matt will beat him. He will provide the guns evidence. The governor will be against him. So yeah, that happened. Then we see BB is pushing her luck. She's like on the edge. Every episode, she just comes an inch closer to dying. I mean, come on, you should know when to stop. Like you are at her funeral and asking a question, and uh, Daniel is completely pissed because he still suspects her, and he saw that in the previous episode that she got a SanDisk or whatever from some guy, and he already has sus on her because she leaked to the press where Vanessa was being kept. So a lot of these things. So Daniel does not trust her completely, and he's trying to push her away. But Buck says that, what we should be doing, we should do a barium meal test. Basically, feed her some false information and see if it surfaces. Basically, what Tyrion did in Game of Thrones, he gave information to Varys and Baelish, I can't remember his name, Baelish, Lord Baelish, and the other guy, the librarian or whatever, to see who leaks the information first to find out the mole. So basically, he says the same, feed her some bullshit and see if she releases that to the press. Obviously, it's not true. So, unless you have told her that no one else is going to publish that, so that would out BB. So he says, all right, and it's his birthday, so he takes BB to her mother's house in Staten Island. I don't know where that is. But yeah, they basically go together to his birthday in his mother's house. Then we see Charlie is losing control over Fisk. He's trying to contact him. He says, all right, so what? We both get fucked. Is that what you're trying to do right now? So Fish just, hangs up. He does not say anything. He basically is, showing that I don't care who you are. This is my city. I'll run it however I want to. And basically now Charles is against him as well. So he will join with Governor to bring him down in the next few episodes. So they are building up all these, different plot lines that will end up getting Fisk in jail or maybe even dying. Who knows? So yeah, that happens. Then we see people start protesting at Vanessa's funeral where it's being held or some place like that. And I mean, it's kind of insensitive, but again, he did order to kill Rey Nadeem and manage the cartel business for a few years. So I guess it's justified. So yeah, basically they start protesting there, which keeps pissing Kingpin off. He sees those people from his balcony, and they are all like wearing their homemade vigilante masks as a form of protest. Like, all right, you will put vigilantes in the jail. All of us are vigilantes. Now what? How many people will you put in the jail? I mean, they're like very close to dying here because Kingpin does not care. He will kill people. So yeah, but anyways, they basically do that because they still believe there's some sort of justice and stuff like there out there. So we see that happening. Then we shift to Jessica Jones and Daredevil meeting up. So it's the first time we have seen her in the season 2, and it's in episode 6. Why did they release that footage in the trailer? I mean, there was no need to spoil that. It would have been fun to just, oh, Jessica is in this as well. Well, that's great, but they just put it in there. And even the fight scene that happens, like, I mean, it feels like they just put her back into set up the next Jessica Jones or Defenders type of thing, because I mean, come on, Daredevil could have easily managed it by himself. They just it was basically a plot point to set her up for the future. Like, she's still here, and she name drops Luke Cage as well. So basically they are setting it up for season 3, I guess, because there were some leaks that just Luke Cage and Danny Rand will also be coming back. Anyways, I did not follow that quite well, but yeah. So I feel like they didn't need to do this, but still, I mean, we are getting Christian Ritter. That's great. I won't complain about that. So yeah, that happens. Then she informs that there is this Charles guy who's working with Fisk now. Fisk has, misplaced the guns and all that. And she even tells that he was looking for some sort of super abled individuals for a team. Basically, what Valentina was trying to do for Thunderbolts. Basically, she was assembling a team of superheroes. They settled with John, Yelena, and all those guys, but they were reaching out to Jessica and other guys as well. So yeah, that happens. Then we are shown that her powers are not consistently working. Like, it might stop at any given point. Basically, like what happened with Atom Eve as well. When she was pregnant, her powers were not working very nicely. Her pink things would turn into puddle or whatnot. So yeah, that happened, and her she loses her power at the worst time possible in front of Powell during the fight. But yeah, Daredevil takes him down. I mean, here I have a few complaints. First of all, I did not find it, very convincing that, oh, Jessica Jones just drops in, she knows where the guns are, she knows who's doing what. I mean, yeah, she's an investigator, but at least, give us something. I mean, don't just tell us that, oh, yeah, I was onto it, I found this, I found that, and, here are the solutions to all your problems. What you have been searching for the past 5 episodes and you can't find it on your own. I mean, they did find it once, but anyways, that was not great. I mean, I felt like that, and yeah. The other thing is, I think when she said some people didn't say no to Charles, I think that might be the Luke Cage and Danny Rand team up, heroes for hire. I think basically in the comics or even in the animated shows as well, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, we see that Luke Cage and Danny are a team. So yeah, I guess they might be setting that up. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So we see that Heather is stealing some earrings from Vanessa. things. I mean, I don't know. I didn't knew that things were that bad for her. But I guess she's taking those things to remember her friend, or maybe use it as a muse accessory when she becomes muse. Because obviously, whenever we see her, she's like, oh, I'm such a victim. Bad things happen to me. Come on, it happens to everyone. Not everybody goes on and makes false statements or whatever. Like she made false statement for Jack Dukin. Whenever we see the camera is tilting, it's like she's losing control of herself. So yeah, that happens. Then we see some, but I mean we see Buck getting choked by Heather. I mean by consent, obviously, but I don't know why it was there. Yeah, that happens. I guess she was reenacting it. I'm no therapist, isn't that like, don't live the same thing, it might bring back trauma or whatever. But anyways, that happened. Moving on. Then we see that BB managed to, not release the false news because she went to Daniel's room and saw her as a person for the first time because she was like, oh, let's make him friends with me so I can use him for my goal. But this was like the first time she saw, oh yeah, he is also a human. He has his own interest. His mother depends on him and all that type of stuff. And she decides not to release it. But at the same time, Daniel does find the disc in her green jacket. I mean, come on, that was like 2 days, 3 days ago. Why have you not, just uploaded it or whatever? But yeah, let's move on. Then we see that the good police officer Sanders is sussed by Powell because his card was used to, enter the dock the first time. And he knew that he's kind of a good guy. He doesn't, beat people up brutally like the other AVTF members. So he already sussed him. And during the protest, even killed Sanders in front of the I don't remember the name. His name was something with L. The black guy, basically, who was in the first season as well. So yeah, he saw that and said, "Come on, man, what did you do?" And he said he was a mole or whatever. But yeah, I guess he will turn on later because he was kind of a hero in the comics. So maybe that's what will change him. So that happened. Then we see uh, free weapons and the protesters are like afraid because they are pointing guns or whatever, pushing them, beating people up. So common AVTF stuff, nothing new, using their powers basically without any restraint. Then we see that Kingpin is pissed by all this stuff. He goes back to his hidden lair where he killed Adam in season 1 and ate his, big healthy meals. So we see him sitting there looking at the rabbit in the snowstorm painting, and Daredevil just comes in there. How does Daredevil know that that's the Kingpin's hiding spot? Maybe I might have missed something, or maybe I'm forgetting, but yeah, he basically just goes in there, and I thought that this might be really good, that maybe they will be like, yeah, you do make sense, but nope. Again, they start fighting, and every time they have fought, Kingpin has lost. Like first season of Daredevil, he didn't stand a chance. Third season of Daredevil, he didn't stand a chance. Like now again, Kingpin does not stand a chance against Daredevil. How long will it take for him to understand that Kingpin can only break down Matt mentally? But yeah, Kingpin gets his ass handed to him, and he's like, come on, what are you going to do now? You can't arrest me, you can't kill me, so what options do you have now? And we are shown that Matt is actually now thinking like, come on, I can't keep repeating this, but we are not shown anything else, like what happens. And then we turn to the protesters and Kieran is there. Come on, how could you be there? You are wanted. You know that place is filled with AVTF. Just, if you had to place that recorder by yourself, all right, place that recorder and leave. Come on. How can you guys, not care about your life? They, you know, if Kingpin had not said that he wants Daredevil alive, They might even have killed Karen right then and there. They have not hesitated to kill people before. She's aiding vigilantes. That's enough reason for them to kill her. But yeah, she gets captured. So I guess maybe in the next episode they will do a trade-off like, all right, I'll give you Kingpin, you give me Karen or whatever. But it would be interesting to see what happens next. So I enjoyed this episode. This video has going on for quite a while. Next up, I will be recording the Boys episode 4, I guess, and the season 4 of Invincible. Both of them separate videos. So yeah, tune in for the next one as well, guys. Thanks for watching. I would say that the last episode of Daredevil was peak. This was a bit of a letdown, but nothing, crazy. It's all right. We still have hope. You know, Daredevil might bounce back in the next episode. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.